The Wildlife Center got started really in an offhanded kind of way in 1990 during a playoff game in the fall of the year. There was a turkey vulture that flew over the stadium. Camera focused on it and said,
"Now the Eagles are soaring indeed."
A local businessman, Barry Matthews, knew that I handled birds of prey. And he said, "Hey, Steve, did you hear about this? What can we do about it? Can we get an eagle at Georgia Southern?" And that was really the genesis for building what you now see, 18 acres in the middle of a major university, fully devoted to environmental education. And as they say, the rest is history.
A lot of people like to abbreviate it to Wildlife Center. We are the Center for Wildlife Education. And so what that means is that we like to teach the public. That's what we're here for. We host a number of native Georgia species. We have some exotic species that you wouldn't find here in the state normally. We educate about invasive species. Many of the animals that we have here, basically all of our raptors, they are non-releasable. It means that they have some sort of injury, means they can't live out in the wild. And although we aren't a rehab center, we take them from rehab centers when they become educational ambassadors for their species.
The average life expectancy for a bird in the wild is 50% don't see their first birthday. We have birds like Glory that's 32, Freedom that's 30, a Harris hawk who flew for the NBA Atlanta Hawks. He's well into his 20s.
This is their way of life now. You get to live here and you don't have to worry about food, you don't have to worry about any sort of hunting, survival, and the trade-off is you just get people to look at you and learn about you. That's how it works.
Vegetables, that's right. He's what we call an herbivore. Can we say herbivore? Very good.
The purpose of the Wildlife Center, that is to bring man and nature together.
There's only so much animals can do on their own, right? They can't talk. So it's really up to us connecting with the community. When the small kids come in with their parents are always so turned off by a snake or something like that. But then the kid lights up when they get to hold it. And then it changes not only the kids' opinions on snakes, but also the parents. You know, connecting people and nature is more than just the animals and the people. It's really about you having a conversation with somebody.
Honestly, with integrity, yes, we utilize animals, but this fails if it's not about people.
People is what the center is, really. Without people, there would be no reason for us to be here. I mean, sure, you can have a place that has animals, but we are an education center. When people come in, we hope that they walk away learning something new, whether it be about animals, or about nature, or maybe they learn a bit about themselves too. That'd be a huge plus.
I had this woman come up to me rather quickly. I realized she was tearful. She was crying, and she was speaking Spanish. And I turned to kind of greet her as she was coming in pretty hot, and she just kissed Freedom right on the shoulder. I just remember this young lady who came up and I said, what did I do? And she said, "You did nothing. She is from Honduras and she wants to be a U.S. citizen. So seeing a bald eagle means that much to her."
It's important because we are just as much of nature as a frog or a tree. We affect it, we are a part of it, we play a role in those ecosystems, and that's extremely important for us to realize. We can't neglect that. If we neglect that, it's ignorance. We can't neglect the fact that we are important to nature, and in turn nature is important to us.